do to all of my free game people, man. To all of my motherfucking FNB people out there, man. Today, I'm here to talk to y'all about disagreements. I'm gonna call them disagreements, arguments, whatever you want to call them. But just when you and another person aren't seeing eye to eye. Or even if you're not even, when you and another person not seeing eye to eye, I don't want to get too complicated with this shit. But when it comes to disagreements, y'all, arguments are very, very pointless. Arguing with anybody to get your point made is extremely pointless. That shit don't work. I am learning as I'm taking my steps and as I'm, growing and becoming who I am, becoming more of myself. I'm learning that the idea of convincing people of my reality and of my perspective is pointless. I find myself trying to do that a lot. And as I'm growing more, I'm doing it a lot less. But I'm learning that the reason that shit is very pointless is because if people don't see it, then there's nothing you can do. If people can't see what you're saying, you're basically trying to convince them to believe something that's just not there. See what I'm saying? Like, for some people, the ideas that you may be presenting that may be right, it could be right. Some people, those ideas aren't presented in their reality. Those perspectives aren't presented in their reality. So just as much as in the Matrix, nigga, if you try to tell somebody that they in the Matrix, they're gonna defend the Matrix, nigga, and they turn to agents, basically. It's the same as when you're trying to argue with somebody or when you're trying to push your point to somebody. If their reality isn't reflecting your reality back, if your reality isn't reflecting back to them in the same way, then there is no way for you to explain it to them in any way, no matter how many times you flip it, turn it, or anything like that. It is impossible to do. You will never, ever, ever do that. Even if you do somehow get them to understand through a forceful argument, they will resent you. And they will have some disdain for your point. And that's not how you want your point to be understood. And as I'm growing and as I'm becoming a better man and becoming, more of a elite soul, I'm learning to channel my inner peace and inner patience, allowing myself to just let things be what they are or what they not, and let people understand or not understand. That's a very big part of this, and it is hard to do. That shit isn't always easy. You know what I'm saying? But it is important to do that. You have to be patient, and you have to also, especially if you feel that your point is right. Now, if you don't know if your shit right and you just talking and you just kind of, you feel me, just expressing something, and you just kind of doing some pointless shit. Because sometimes you might be saying some shit and you could be wrong. You might be arguing the motherfucker down and you can be completely wrong. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to kind of make sure while you are doing that to stay calm and analyze yourself and analyze the ideas that you are presenting. So don't just think that just because a motherfucker don't see what you're saying and you think you're right, that because you're not arguing, you know what I'm saying? It's not. It's a process. It's something that you got to understand. You got to definitely sit and think with yourself before you sit and try to believe that you are completely and utterly right. But one thing that I do understand and why I am starting to really lean into the fact of not arguing is because I understand that if you are right, if what you're saying is to be true, then the world will show them that it's true. The things that will happen to them or the things that will reflect to them as they go through their reality will show that it's true. And also as well, if your point is true and you are in a space where you are now explaining it to them, you are their sign that this is going to be represented in their reality soon, so they need to address it with this way if what you're saying is right. See what I'm saying? Because sometimes you can be just completely wrong and what you're saying makes no sense. So also too, even after a conversation and you notice it's not going nowhere, analyze your point. Make sure while you having a conversation and after, or even before you address it, make sure you analyze and understand your point, because you want to make sure that you know what you're saying and you're not just talking from a point of ego or from a point of just emotion and just shit that isn't really, beneficial to you or your mind. Feel me? So that's the first thing. I don't get what was the point of doing that weak ass shit. But you gotta really make sure that you understand the point of what you're doing. So you not, and make sure you understand your points and you understand the shit that you saying and make sure that it's true. I just irritated the fuck out of me niggas just doing shit around this bitch. But yeah, I'm gonna end it there, man. Free game people, I love y'all. They just threw off my whole train of thought with that bullshit. I love y'all. Y'all take care of yourselves.